All right, let's just jump right into it. We're going to break down 5 morning habits. These are the habits that are going to completely reset your focus, your confidence, and honestly, your self-respect. It's all about putting you back in the driver's seat of your own day. Okay, let's just start with a hard truth, right? If you can't even control the first hour of your day, you've already lost. I mean, think about it. If you wake up, slam that snooze button, and the very next thing you do is grab your phone, you're literally training yourself to be average every single day. So just take a look at this. On one side, you got the average morning. It's totally reactive, right? You're just responding to whatever happens, alarms, notifications, your own impulses. But on the other side, that's the proactive morning. It's all about intention, it's about control. And look, this isn't about you being a weak person. It's just about having a weak morning routine. That's something we can fix. Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. Everything, and I mean everything, comes down to what we call the 10-second decision. We're about to break down 5 habits that are all built on this one tiny moment. And you're going to want to stick around because that 5th one, it's the most important one. You really don't want to miss it. You know, we think the battle for our day is fought in the afternoon, when we're tired and willpower's low. But that's not it at all. The entire fight for your discipline, for your whole day, it's won or lost in those critical 10 seconds right after your alarm blares. That is the moment that defines everything that follows. All right, let's get into habit number 1. This one is completely non-negotiable. Seriously, it's the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about, and it starts the literal second you open your eyes. So let's talk about the snooze button. Every time you hit that thing, you think you're getting more rest, right? Wrong. What you're actually doing is practicing procrastination. You're literally teaching your brain, hey, when something is hard, the right move is to just avoid it. It's a terrible lesson to teach yourself first thing in the morning. So here's the rule, and it's dead simple. You set one wake-up time, and that's it. It's a rule. It's not a suggestion. It doesn't matter if you're tired. The alarm goes off, your feet hit the floor. Period. No thinking, no negotiating with yourself. You grab control with that very first action, and that creates this incredible momentum that carries you through the entire day. Okay, so you've won that first battle. Awesome. Now the very next step is to immediately, and I mean immediately, turn that mental win into a physical one. You've got to get out of your head and get into your body. Right now. And the sequence here is super simple, but so powerful. First, you're up. Second, you drink a big glass of water. Rehydrate yourself, kickstart your system. Third, you move. I don't care what it is, a quick walk, some push-ups, stretching, anything. But look at step 4. That's the most important rule of all. Think about this. If the first thing your eyes see in the morning is a screen, emails, social media feeds, news alerts, your brain is instantly hijacked. It's flooded with other people's problems, other people's agendas. By just not touching your phone, you are making a powerful choice to be proactive. You're sending a signal straight to your brain that says, hey, today, we're in control. All right, so your body is awake, your mind is in your control. What's next? Well, now it's time to give yourself the right kind of fuel. And we're not talking about fuel for comfort or even for taste. We're talking about fuel for sustained peak performance. And what's so interesting here is how it reframes what breakfast is all about. It's not just a meal, it's a strategic decision. You see that sugary packaged stuff? That gives you a quick energy spike, and then a huge crash that leaves you foggy and reactive. But real food, something high in protein, that's sustained energy. That's what keeps you sharp and proactive for hours on end. And, there's actually another layer to this. The simple act of preparing your own food, that's an act of discipline in itself. When you rely on that convenient, packaged stuff all the time, it kind of makes you careless. See, you're not just eating to fill up. You're eating to perform. Which brings us to habit number 4, and what I like to call the golden window. This is where most people completely drop the ball. They waste their peak mental energy, their best brain power of the day on trivial stuff like scrolling through emails. High performers? They do the exact opposite. Look, your mind is at its absolute sharpest in the first few hours after you wake up. That's your golden window. So the rule is simple. You use that precious time to attack the one thing you're most likely to put off, your hardest, most important task. You get that done before 11 a.m. Done. And this is about so much more than just ticking a box and being productive. It's a massive psychological win. When you knock out your biggest challenge first thing, the rest of the day just feels lighter. You're operating from a place of accomplishment, not from a place of dread and anxiety. And that brings us to the final habit, the most critical one. This is the habit that ties everything we've talked about together. It's all about one simple idea. You either design your day or the day will design you. So, what's the secret to planning your day effectively? It's not some huge, overwhelming to-do list. Nope. It's this one simple, powerful number, 3. And this is just brilliant because it creates instant, absolute clarity. Before the day can pull you into its chaos, you just identify your 3 non-negotiable wins for the day. That's it. This stops you from wasting all your energy on confusion and all those little distractions that pop up. And really, this is the choice it all comes down to. If you don't plan your day around your top 3 priorities, I promise you, the world will plan it for you. It'll be a day filled with notifications, other people's emails, other people's emergencies. So, you either own your time or it gets stolen from you. Simple as that. So, when you look at all 5 of these habits, they really boil down to one single idea. This isn't about being perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's about being consistent. Real, lasting change, it doesn't happen in some big, dramatic moment. It happens in the tiny, repeated decisions you make every single morning, day after day. So I guess that's the question I want to leave you with. Tomorrow morning, when that alarm goes off, what's your 10-second decision going to be? Because the choice to stay the person you are today or to start becoming someone new, it's made right there in that tiny little window. The choice is yours.